welcome back to the channel. If you are brand new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never ever miss out on any of my videos. Now let's get into this farming spot. I made it last year, but I low-key had to change it just a little bit. Just go to your map and go to Bleak Rock Island, and I'll see you when we get there. Alright, once you finally get here, I want you to take the exact same route that I'm taking once you spawn in. Okay, so you're going to go straight and, take the exact same path that I am. And keep in mind, everything that I pick up, make sure you remember. Okay, you got the runestone right here. You always want to run through the circle and try to look for that runestone. It doesn't spawn there every time, but you just got to look at it. Okay, this is not the starting point yet, but this is part of the circle, so I want you to look at all the stuff that I'm picking up now. Okay, so right here at this rubedot ore, you want to start here, because this is where you want to start the rotation. So you pick that one up first, then you go to the next one. This first circle, they're already going to be there, but whenever you do the second circle, they're going to, spawn every time you get to it, so nobody can mess up the rotation. This is a very important key. Okay, you can take your time, but I would highly, suggest that you run any type of speed, I don't know, like armor sets or some type of ability like I'm using right there, because you can go out your way just to collect a little bit extra of anything that you see, so you could go out and do that, but use the speed to get to the next ore as fast as you can so nobody can mess up the rotation. And there's a lot of stuff that you can pick up, but like a lot of the alchemy stuff I don't really pick up personally, so I just kind of skip it. But if you have the storage and you actually want to go pick it up, I would highly do so, because they always spawn there way faster. So just do what I do in this video, take the same route, and you would get a lot of ore really fast, a lot of wood, a lot of freaking ancestor silk, and I would highly suggest that you take the exact same route. You can tweak it just a little bit if you get bored of doing the same route, and if you want a part 2 of me showing everything that you possibly can get from this area, because I have a lot more than just this one little circle rotation, you guys just gotta let me know. On my first video I showed that there was a different one which you guys didn't really like. I guess I liked it because it gave me a lot of ore, wood, and a whole bunch of alchemy at the time. And see, look, here's the suggestion right here. See how it just spawns up, just like I just got there, just spawned in. So you just keep the rotation going, it's going to be spawned in, so nobody can ruin this rotation. Okay, so when you're doing it, make sure you look up at this by this tree, because there will be ancestor silk, and every direction that I look, there's always going to be something spawning in. So make sure you can keep looking around, keep running this area as much as you can, because you can see much more different types of mats, and you just got to get used to the area, just know where things spawn. And throughout this video, you're going to see me looking areas and then them actually spawning there. You just got to keep your eye out. But speed is key for this if you don't want the rotation being ruined. And yeah, I'm just gonna go through the rotation a few more times. I'm a pinpoint and actually show you guys what stuff spawn and how this actually works. Because back whenever they started doing the free weekends and stuff like that, they would have these AIs running routes for new players that actually teach you how to farm, which I don't know why they took it out recently, because when I started playing again, that's just completely gone, not there anymore. But I'm here to show you guys that you can use those AIs when they come back out and teach you good farming spots, because they run the same route every time. You won't have to worry about that same guy that would try stealing the ore from you. But if you run this correctly, you should be able to get the loot for yourself every time. See, I run over here, check see if that runestone is there. It is not. Run up. The wood has not respawned yet, which that's normal. And then in between these trees right here, sometimes there's ancestor silk, which I think you would see it later on. Okay, sorry for that little cut. I had to take a little break. And we're just gonna keep doing the exact same thing. Everything's spawning in. Keep running the same route as always. And just, keep having fun with it. You can do your own little spin to it. And you might have to wait a second if you go too fast, which is, expected. But just take your time if you just want to learn it. I've got it down to a T, so I don't really have to, be really slow with it. See, I don't pass up that. I mean, I passed up that, alchemy stuff just because I don't use it. You can get a whole bunch of other stuff as well if you look clearly in the video, because I take the time and show you each spawn spot like towards the end. This is pre-recorded because I did this earlier. I didn't feel like talking over it as well, right now. If you're not after farming ore, but you still want a good spot to farm, this is the spot for you, because you still want to go to the ore spot even if you don't want to like pick it up, because if you run the pickup of the ore and stuff like that, it keeps the circle rotation going, in my opinion, because if I just try going for one thing, it just messes me up completely. And low-key, not all of the ancestor silk spawns in as fast as the ore does, but I think it's like every 2-3 circle of the rotation you can get there in time. And those people that were on that little hill thing, they just took that runestone, which I usually go get if it spawns in time, but I didn't do it just because I didn't, when make this video go really long. Most of the stuff I'm not really picking up due to time. I don't want to be drawn out, because I want you guys to see everything that you can get. And every time whenever you run up to things and do another circle, see how this ancestor silk spawned here and it didn't do it like 2 rotations ago. That's what you just got to keep an eye out for, because not all the ancestor silk and all the alchemy stuff spawns there every time. And there was a chest in that back corner which I don't really go after because I don't really need it at this time. If I wanted to go for a chest, I can show you guys where you can get all the chests and like an area. I think there's like 4 or 5 like back to back to back. Well, if you want to see like chest spawns and stuff like that, so you can deconstruct it, sell it, make gold while farming really fast, just let me know. Go down in the comments, hit that like button so you guys can show support, and it would really let me know if you guys want to see a part 2 to these type of videos. Okay, so everything that you pick up is gonna be, I'm gonna say like 30-40 minutes until you get like 2 stacks of an ore or wood or ancestor silk. It's gonna be about 40 minutes, which seems like a long time, but not really, because if you have your stuff maxed out of like all your farming, you can get like 6 pieces of like ancestor silk or 6 ore and stuff like that. And 40 minutes is really not a long time just for a few stacks. So you can sit here all day and get like a lot of stacks, and you could refine it. But I come on here once a day and I just grind it out for like an hour, 2 hours maybe, and get all my all my stacks of ruby ashwood, all my rubidite ore, all my ancestor silk, raw mats, and I don't refine it. I tend to sell them a lot, but lately I've just been holding on to every single mat. And there are werewolves just spawning casually out, so if you need the stuff, like the hide, but yeah. See, that guy just stole it from me, which I was taking my time looking at other spots, shooting where other things spawn, and right now I'm showing you the exact same thing. I just shot where the chest was, and then there's the ancestor silk, then you got the rubidite ore. I think I'm shooting every spot where mats spawn, another ore, and then right here's where runestone spawns, and then you got your alchemy material, you got another ore, runestone spawns up here. There's a chest on the left side which I forgot to shoot, Ancestor Silk, run up. Ancestor Silk spawns right here, and then you got more alchemy, and then more alchemy by this tree. And it depends on how high the level your stuff is, because I'm not really high in alchemy, so I don't get the best stuff of that, because I didn't really focus on it. You got wood that spawns right up there, run around. You got Ancestor Silk spawns right there. Ancestor Silk spawns right over there. More ore, just like earlier. Ancestor Silk spawns right there. The runestone up top, which I talked about earlier. I'm gonna go over here, Ancestor Silk, and then you got the wood up top. I'm gonna go to the right, and then the runestone from the very beginning, which I'm gonna take right now, because I need it. And the last spot that you can look and get Ancestor Silk is right there, but it's usually gone because people run through that spot a lot. And this next little section right here is where I'm about to show the map, and it's gonna go over what I went over today. Like this first little circle right here is the one I went over today. And the next section is the top on the island right here. It's the one I went over a year ago. And the next section is where I found a whole bunch of chests, you know, that you can sell. You're gonna make a decent amount of gold if you run it properly. And then a few sections I can go over, but we're gonna need to make that a part 2. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeet.